Okay, girls, since you had a little bit of trouble with the prepositional phrases, deciding if they're adjective or adverb, I put together this quick little slideshow with my own explanations. So let's see if we can go through it. Oops. Okay, so, let's go into this one. Okay, so let's mark it out. All right, on the first night, the hikers camped near the Salinas River. What I did was I marked both prepositional phrases already. So what you have here is you have hikers, camped, your subject, verb, and now you need to decide what these two phrases modify, which will then tell you if they're adjective or adverb. So they camped near the river, right? They didn't hikers near the river, they camped near the river. Camped is a verb, you already marked it. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. So since this is a verb, we know adverbs modify verbs. So this is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Right? It brings back the information you already know. You already know what adverbs modify. You already know that adjectives modify nouns and pronouns. You already know this. Now this other one, on the first night. They camped on the first night. So it's also modifying the verb, therefore it is also an adverbial phrase. Okay, this is how you pull apart each of your sentences. Looking at the second one, most of his artwork was created by 9th grade students. We have was created being your verb. We have most is the subject. Now we have prepositional phrases. Of his artwork. It modifies the word most. Most of his artwork. Telling us more about most. Most is a pronoun acting as a subject. Therefore, pronouns, adjectives modify pronouns. So this is an adjectival phrase because it modifies a pronoun. By 9th grade students. It was created by 9th grade students. Was created is a verb. This is an adverbial phrase because if you look up top, adverbs modify verbs. So if this whole item is modifying a verb, it is an adverbial item. So it's an adverbial prepositional phrase. Looking at 3, everyone I've met at my new school has been extremely kind to me. Okay? Everyone has been, well, not extremely. Oops, my mistake. Oh, it's been a while since I used this app. So I forget where the eraser is. Has been is your verb. Okay, has been kind. Kind is a predicate adjective. Okay, at my new school. So everyone I have met at my new school has been extremely kind to me. At my new school. Okay, at my new school modifies met. I have met. So you kind of have a clause in here. So here's your verb. So at my new school modifies have met, which is a verb, which makes this adverbial phrase. To me, they were kind to me. We already marked kind as an adjective, so it is adverbial phrase. Throughout the summer, I worked as a landscape gardener. You have subject, verb, I worked. So I worked as a gardener. Modifying worked. Since it's modifying a verb, it's adverbial phrase. Throughout the summer. I worked throughout the summer. So this phrase is modifying the verb, making it an adverbial prepositional phrase. Looking at the last one here. For dinner, we will serve baked chicken. We will serve chicken. Subject, verb, direct object. It's chicken with red beans and rice. So it's modifying a noun, which is chicken. So that makes this an adjective prepositional phrase. For dinner. So we will serve for dinner. Serving for dinner. Serve is okay. So starting with that. So let's move over to this second one here. Let's get some different perspective on this. Let me change the color if I can figure out how. Let's do blue. Okay, near the entrance to the cave, we discovered an old map. So this one you have to find the prepositional phrase too. Near the entrance to the cave, we discovered a map. So we discovered a map is our subject, verb, direct object. Near the entrance, we discovered. So we're discovering it near the entrance. So it's modifying a verb. So this is adverbial phrase. So to the cave, it's not discovered to the cave, it's the entrance to the cave. They can modify within each other. So it's modifying, this is a noun, so this is an adjectival prepositional phrase. I don't love the blue. I'm going to go back to the black. The movie's ending took everyone in the theater by surprise. So you have two prepositional phrases here at the end. The ending took everyone by surprise. So in the theater, it's everyone in the theater. It's not took in the theater, it's everyone in the theater. Everyone is a noun, so this is an adjectival phrase. By surprise. It took people by surprise. It took them. So this is adverbial. Also sometimes adverbial, most times adverbial prepositional phrases can move around the sentence and still sound good. So it could say, the movie's ending took everyone by surprise. You could move it. Doesn't always work, but it generally works. Adjectival phrases do not move around as easily, if at all. Number 8. What are some of the differences between the African elephant and the Asian elephant? Of the differences, and then between the two kinds of elephants are two prepositional phrases. Then you have some, are, what as your subject linking verb. Whoops, that's not a direct object. Let's leave that off. Okay, so some of the differences. It's modifying some. Some is a pronoun. Adjectives modify pronouns. Between the African and Asian elephants, it's the differences between. Differences is a noun because it's the object of the preposition. It has to be a noun. So this is also an adjective because adjectives modify only nouns and pronouns. According to this recipe in number 9, the casserole should be baked for 30, I guess it's 30 minutes. It got left off. So casserole should be baked is the verb. So it should be baked for 30 minutes. So this is a adverbial prepositional phrase. And it should also be baked according to the recipe. So this is also an adverbial phrase. I guess number 10 got left off somewhere. Let's keep going. The development of the internet has changed our lives in many ways. So development has changed lives. That's your sentence. The development of the internet. It's modifying the development, which is a noun. So this has to be an adjective. In many ways. It has changed in many ways. It hasn't lives in many ways. So this has to also, or this has to be an adverbial phrase. Through the telescope, we could see the rings around Saturn. Okay, you have your main part of your sentence. So it's could see around Saturn. No, it's the rings around Saturn. Rings is a noun, so this is adjectival prepositional phrase. Through the telescope. We through the telescope or could see through the telescope. We could see through the telescope. It's modifying a verb. It's adverbial phrase. Okay. All of this goes back to the simple rule that adjectives modify nouns and pronouns while adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Always. This is what you have to know. But we've known this for 2 chapters now. In the living room, Sam chased the kitten around the couch. Okay. He chased around the couch, and the couch was, they chased in the living room. So Sam chased the kitten around the couch. So it's not the kitten around the couch, it's chasing around the couch. So it's modifying the verb, it's adverbial. Sam chased in the living room. Sam was chasing where in the living room? So it's adverbial, modifying the verb. And a little clue, if both phrases modify the same exact word, then they have to be the same kind of phrase. Next one, after the sunset, is there still enough light for photography? So this is a question, so it's harder. Here's your verb, who or what is. Is there still enough light? There is still enough light. Light is. right? Because here and there can't be subject or verb. So after sunset. Is there after sunset? It's modifying a verb. It's adverbial. Light for photography. Adjectival. Okay, light is a noun. Austin, Texas has been capital, both of a state and of a country. Okay. It's the capital of a state and the capital of a country. They're both adjective phrases.